hello beautiful fellow human beings. So, yet again, I packed everything to head down to the coast. However, probably going tomorrow, so figured since we'll be next to the pier, I kind of wanted to make a really heavy little something to try out there. So I don't have much of a plan, and either gonna attempt this, let's see, 5 Blanton's Finger Mullet by Dan Blanton. It's this guy here, and it's comprised of red thread, built a little with red thread, then a collar of natural grizzle, I did read it right, grizzle hackle, and then bead chain eyes are attached. Gray chenille is used to complete body and build a head around the bead chain eyes. So I think I'm going to try that because I have everything, and it's probably going to be the easiest to pick out. Okay. There was a few other ones. A sea tarpon bunny, but I don't have really any bright colors, so I was looking at just the tarpon flies, which are these, which are essentially a tuft of marabou. And I just had to see if I had any barred feathers that were that thin. Boy, so I unpacked most of this stuff. I like the saltwater flies. They're super large. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, so I'm filling this, and I need gray ducking. I'm not sure if I have. Let's see. I need to come up with a solution as far as storage, for sure. Like what a makeup artist or like a hairstylist perhaps brings. I have to start looking at other people's setups, I guess. That's what I'm trying to see. 2 more things. Let's see. What were they again? Okay. Oh yeah, the dubbing. So I am making it as heavy as I can, so it doesn't really matter if it sinks or if it absorbs water. So, hey Angel, how you doing today? I'm going to use some of this, which is gray, and it's my cat's fur. I believe. Looks like fur, just some of it. I have a ton of colors from the coats, but mostly browns. I suppose I can also mix a black. Let's see. Well, maybe I will. It would be nice to. I could just use this. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. Let's just use this gray wool. And this is just from wool yarn. Probably from about the 60s or 70s. I think it was from a cross stitch kit. So, shoot, I should just go ahead and make one of these real quick. So simple. It doesn't mention the hook. Maybe. It doesn't mention anything about the hook. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day in their corner of the world. Oh, pink might be sweet. Those are orange. In their corner of the world. I don't have very skinny ones, but the tips of these get down a decent amount. Finally getting into it. Hello, Stuart. So, shoot. I'm kind of trying to picture like how thick it's gonna be. I might have to rethink this. One for the day where I could just make or organize everything on the desk. But packing and unpacking. But it went there. I kind of wish I went with much thinner lead. I might actually switch thread also. I plan on bringing my materials with me. However, I think I'll be quite busy while down there. And could also use the time to find more materials. Plan on going to the flea market. My dad's looking for a round mirror. I couldn't really gather if it was for like to hang on a wall or for a medicine cabinet. Whoops. It doesn't like to stay on this. Probably will take some time to work on pixel art a little bit also. I've been meaning to do that. It's a nice little pastime. work on a taper now. There's a lot of really nice patterns on this, in this book, and I was kind of excited to like kind of force myself with only the materials for salt water. But it's really easy to get into treasure hunting mode there, and I wish I can fit everything. Because I also have a lot of books for the little libraries. And stuff like that. And probably it'll be nice to have a little more focus for filming the architecture. Because as everything is subject to change. Artsy, kind of like historical area in these parts. Shoot. Can't figure out what I was doing. Chaos. And this one is super simple. In my dad's backpack, there's a bunch of tackle things, so I also wanted to make sure there was stuff in it. And just, yeah, not sure when going down there, really. Stoked to show y'all though, because I really like old small towns. I feel like that's pretty basic or what have you, but find the best antiques. So, I wonder what I could do to improve this. I think I'm just using the wrong hook. Yeah, I'm just not at all sure. It feels like I'm about to have to get up at any second. Look at the door. That's a... So, you know what? I've been wanting to... I'm going to look back at this one. the tag long so I could tuck it in. You should, well, I guess I could just flip the camera around. Just see the state of the desk currently. So, tried to grab, like, but, hey. I'm running out of pegs on the thread organizer. That's what y'all are perched on. Oh shoot! I have a small pile of I'm wanting to Blanton's finger mullet, and I think that's what's consuming my concentration. I'm trying to figure out how to go about it, I suppose. And for this guy, it's just let me show the recipe real quick. If anybody by chance, my phone isn't a leather thing, and whenever I do make it to the coast, I plan on testing the gimbal from Code and just do a walk around. There's a lot of historical spots, and I want to see if the Little Lake Worth Museum is still in operation. So preparing just some craft hackle. And let me read this real quick. Thread, red. There we go. Body. Built a little with red thread. Then a collar of natural grizzly hackle. Then bead chain eyes are attached. Gray chenille is used to complete body and build a head around the bead chain eyes. 6 to 8 white sackle. I cannot read. 6 to 8. Okay. So there's 5. There we go. So built a little. This isn't the thickest thread. But it's red. I was also thinking about using neon pink for this one, since it is the thickest that I currently have and sort of durability, but I don't know if it hurts, but doing the penetrator glue and doing a layer on top of that seems to be pretty decent. But but building has not been a strong suit by any stretch currently. To keep it straight. So, well, that's nice. Okay. Very nice. So, yeah, I see a lot of development that I'm eager to not only see, but see what's being taken out, because, you know, change is inevitable, but you could always sift the ruins. I always find some cool stuff. But let's see. Oh boy. So built a little with that. Okay. Someone said that it was like the ingredients, if you will, are usually in the order in which they are applied. However, I can never make sense of that. Because to me it looks like it's attached about here. I'm just going to give it a go, but I have to build it up a little. Because if it's in the order in which it's applied, the hackle first. I don't know if my hands can be in there. I don't know if I like fully comprehend, I guess. Oops. I had an impossible amount of sugar these last few days, and I have the biggest sugar headache possible, and just like, how? I do have ibuprofen around here somewhere. When you're swimming, after not swimming for a while, and you start going deep, holy hell, honestly, the headaches are real. I also read that you should go to the ends. I haven't seen much on that yet, though. I still see little bits of glue poking out. It's pretty dry. I hope this is good. Okay. So This like the nerve-wracking portion is when and where to act. So let's see. Looks like 2 shank lengths. So like there. So make them a little more manageable. And see if that helps, because I don't have that, like, I suppose muscle memory down. So I don't really know where to grip them, like, to not have them sliding all over the place. Like a little bouquet. If this is like what I mean. This with, you know, perhaps some pearl and pearls and things of that nature. Incredible. And I think I found a use. I have a big jar of vintage mismatched earrings, but I can't get rid of them, even though I was either going to just like throw them on eBay, because you know, plenty of uses, but I might try to use them for some hair clips. Really cool ones, like one is a unicorn head from the 80s, but it's enamel. Really popular. But mismatched, so nice, manageable. What a day. But cheers to cheers. Let's see. This one has a kink in the spine, so I'm going to avoid that one. And just stripping stuff off. I read that you could use like marabou as a dubbing, however, I've tried to cut it off a few different ways and remove it and mix it a few different ways, but it just flies away. I don't know why I'm so taken, but we kind of quotes it, like dip them in ink and imprint them. They're so spiny. Let's see. Too afraid to look up the temperature of the water. Don't think I'll be packing like a bathing suit. I think it's officially reached the 70s. So almost there. Hey Ren, how you doing today? I appreciate that, Angel, if you're still here. many is that? So 4, 5, 6. I get some more on that. Oops. Sorry. Whoa. Interesting. These ones, it's just at a random tuft of these types, which are totally different. Just a random tuft. More random tufts. Oh, so like some just go down further, I guess. In these craft feather packs. Oh no. Some of them are so kinked up. Suppose this will do. There is a fly shop in Boca, and keep meaning to, like, just have to plan it. It's pretty far from this area. It's the only one, and there was a Bass Pro. However, come to find out, it is no longer there, and the closest one is a whole county, a big county too, over. And the craft stores I have always been impartial to. They're nothing spectacular. There's Resource Depot, however, I've never personally been. I can never get there in time because the hours. So, I might attach these separately. I always say I'm gonna do that to myself, but I never do. So I'll do, like, let's see, 4, probably do 6. Shoot. Maybe. I'll keep it nice and loose, nice and friendly, until I'll keep some of that, like, fluff in there. I really want to make Christmas ornaments. Tomorrow the lights come in, and they are the lights that look like candles. I meant to look for regular strand of lights at the store. So it's like super bright. So to try to compensate and to try to use that tinsel that I got from Hobby Lobby that ended up being really weak, I tried to put that on, but it just looks like it fell over in like Christmas scrap or something. But I need to pull out my craft books. I have a few vintage Christmas craft books that are I think really neat. I always liked the Christmas antiques because, like, colors you don't really see anywhere else, and in materials. There's this channel that is a like a family owns Christmas ornament making, and it's 10. I'm sure y'all have seen it in like scrolling shorts if you do that kind of thing, because it's fantastic. It's old antique molds, like stamp molds, and she just dips it in the tin at like quick dip, cools instantly, and it's the most incredible and ornament, which I always wondered how those are made. They're always so intricate. I always had them on my grandma's tree. I don't think I have any. I don't even think I have any of the glass ones either. I'm always looking for the tin trees. I think it's or aluminum. Let's see. Too much. What happens? Okay. What happened? What happened? I took the jar of water out of here. Okay. This is okay. Alright. Okay. Oh, what happened to chair? The church is obsessed with this chair, and he uh, takes full advantage. He used to be obsessed with tipping chairs over. So honestly, it came a decently long way. Guess this is the first attempt at this, so can't really conceptualize the process for pattern, and I did not watch a video, but I don't know, I had to do something. I all packed up and nowhere to go. Well, at least not until tomorrow, so. And yeah, these are all, but I'm still gonna make them. They have really nice. Maybe I'll put 2 on the outside. So, and the other thing is that I see Pearl Flash, I think, or maybe it's just the printing of the boat. So, okay, getting onward. I'm gonna bring this to Lakewood, and there's 2 things that I really want to prepare at least. I want to do sabiki also, so I gotta dig out really tiny hooks. I couldn't find any material like made from genuine fish skin. I need to put way more time in trying to track something like that down, I suppose, because I really want to make sabiki. That would be full circle, honestly. So it's just these going a slight angle. Trying to, okay. I'm getting a little bulky though. So hopefully the next one is a little more cohesive, or at least a little more put together. I will never get over these feathers. They, wow. And I start to see them everywhere, because I do like seeing, impartial to like, I like beadwork and like the handcraft of it all, like the haute couture shows, but you can also see like the how it's made, and really incredible techniques. But shoot, took a little much off of one. So, the big casserole came in, so whenever I get back, we will be able to at least semi-efficiently found a lot of good info as far as like how to get them to move with other means, like weights and flow. I do really want to bring the fly rod, because they're like like 6 feet out, if even. Tennessee and perched and near Lantana, and really want to go for those. And I think even without knowing how to cast, it's worth a go. So, I just like for ease. Oops. I really gotta get a hang of like doing feathers because I think like lightly holding them as they they come alive a mere touch and squirm all over the place. I'm glad I put the lid back on that. Even though it really dries fast, I try to force myself to screw the lid back on. And I'm glad I do because I knock it over all the time. I haven't really found a printable holder that'll work for that bottle specifically. Besides the, the nail polish bottles, but I need them that just like a little less bulky, I guess. Like the foam block. That would be ideal. So yeah, it's just getting no, symmetrical. It's no easy task. Okay. Now, the second part, I'm a little nervous about because I have yet to kind of mentally map like how I'm gonna go about this bit. Alright. So I guess the peacock curl just add there. I feel like it's I'm not the best at crochet, but I sure do try. And it's like doing a crochet pattern without like a image of the finished product. But I do have the image, but I have poor workflow planning in regards to it. So let's see. What was it that I needed a peacock for? Why did I do that? Oops. that little bit of laughter just flew about 5 hackle feathers away. So, okay, if I was me earlier, where would I have put the, let's see, peacock? It's in a box. And we're back. And I'm gonna do this also on both sides. Okay. What is that? Oh, I apologize. Hey, look, how you doing today? Target species for this guy? It does mention that tarpon love him. It's called a Blanton's finger mullet. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I knew there was crystal flash up in there. Alright, so let me do that first. I suppose I'll finish separating these. I have to learn how to read the whole thing first. The first one or two usually aren't getting too good, but the repetition and let's see. So gosh, yeah, I was looking for, like a spot to rent or whatever for a spot so it could both work, like essentially downtown. At least have a base there again. And holy, it's all. So I went on Airbnb because I couldn't find like much of anything. Anyway, long story short, you zoom in and there's some bubbles. You zoom in, more bubbles. It never ends. Multiple per block. These are tiny little blocks. That's why there's no rental. I couldn't believe it. And like it's been a no-name town for a long time, essentially, excluding to the locals. And it's just wild. I get it, like change, whatever. Awful. Like, multiple. And these blocks are, like, you could walk 10 blocks in 2 minutes. And there are these little cottages. Oops. I am jumbling myself up for no reason. Okay. No, not okay. No. Yeah. Yeah. Like, kind of like, yeah. Like distributed a little bit. Mm-hmm. Peacock fruit in 2 parts. So, thank y'all for the. I need to get the framing here because I can. Okay, let me just get the other side on real quick and then figure out where it should lay. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay. Very good. Just wasn't sure how far to go down. Oh. Okay. Learning out loud. So first, let me cut these guys. I try to cut them at least. I don't know if it helps. And like an assortment of lengths. I'm trying to pay attention and see if it helps, but just got a flashback of the Christmas decoration that was Santa in a bath. I believe it was from Eckerd's. Okay, so oh dear. Another flashback of the kid went to I don't know. I was really into crucifix and like, you know, like I was a little arsehole, right? And I went to this Christmas store in the Highlands of North Carolina, and I tell you what, I appreciated it so much, secretly. It's like a distiller's shirt on. It was so magical feeling. It felt like a movie. And I started reading Martha Stewart magazine, which is always really into crafting, but so, oh, I am making a big old mess. It looks like a pillow fight happened up here, but I have misplaced the 2 feathers. No, I didn't. I used them. Okay, never mind. Super long, so I'm trying to find some length. This is grizzle. Is that different? My phone is dead. The one last night. This one has a little. No, shoot, you're right. I forgot to add the lead wire, dang it. The first one usually is full of errors. I learned to get them out of the way, and the repetition really helped. But dang, I gotta remember to add that. Thank you. I do kind of want to finish the other one because it ain't much, but I kept seeing looking for the old like Florida footage. I think they're not tarpon. Not, maybe it's called tarpon candy. The other one, but really should spend some time on the sabikis. I haven't even looked up like sabiki patterns, if that's a thing. See, this looks awful short. So here, I'm gonna tack it here for like security purposes. Not to go up here, but I guess glad I did it. This. Oh, that's hard. I really want to get into shore fishing. The swimming A is really good, but unfortunately it's a little too cold for me right now. It has officially shoot. What is with I know what is with me. I'm so distracted right now. But let's see. What could I do different with the crinkled feather now. You know what? I think I might have an idea. I do not have an idea. Oh yeah, I do. Okay. I just didn't need that much. I'm just gonna cut the tendrils. Shoot. I think it's the lack of caffeine also today. I don't know. I need an excuse. I just don't know if it's long enough. Should have also added some wire. I just maybe adding it farther down would have been the solution or the answer here. So the next one, I will add it much farther down. So down for a bit. Oh no, Coley Colds Palmer, what'd you do? Yeah, I totally meant to add a weight to this. So definitely I need to remember to keep a little notepad to keep, because I always compile a mental notepad on the stuff I have to change in the next go. But gosh, do I remember it when the push comes? I always forget Flash, but adding weights is yet another thing to forget, so I really need to get a little notepad. When I have a notebook, I tend to carry them around and set them down and shoot. I need to find some longer fibers too. or smaller hook. I just don't have any small like saltwater hooks currently. Just these guys. But going to Tuppence even just to stare at hooks for a while and hopefully pick up some packets, as well as look at sabikis so I can get some ideas as far as like what shapes and colors and effects. Dang it. Let's see. I just don't know what feathers to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the eyes before I forget that. So those, I could use the heaviest ones I have as far as beak and eyes, which they're from a necklace. I have to get a bunch of things. So the back of the chair church comes in and stands up on it. I never really noticed those lately. So doing that. As I use the massive ones. It's gonna look cute, regardless. Well, see, so I never know how much thread is too much thread, like build up. Okay. 1 moment. Don't want it that far down. Yeah. Oh shoot, no. Okay. I just want them back a little bit more. A little bit more. Well, ain't he sweet? He definitely looks like he'd make a sound much like meep. Meep. Good job. So, I'm gonna drop a little bit of so there's a lot of gap. Could do a lot with resin here. Where's that glue? Now, this is where the grizzly's supposed to come in. I was thinking it might look a bit ugly. Oh wait, maybe I'll just use regular. I mixed some neon green with green and gold and pearl. I was gonna try to incorporate that, but I suppose I love gold. I love this material so much. The laced up, I guess. Hey Dave, how you doing today? Having a hard time focusing on what I should be working on. And do plan on bringing probably just the catfish bowl, only because the only one that's really fully operational right now. And share the pier. Never quite understand how to get this. Never seem to quite get this stuff totally. No. So a little bit of a pain, but just gotta get it pinched at least, and then like I'm making rope or something. Are there any online classes? I wonder that. Never thought to look that up until now. Alright, so I'm struggling with this one. Just have to like really guide it to make sure it stays wound around the thread. For this, it's just yarn. I don't know if it's more temperamental or if it's just like not knowing how to get it to stay on the thread yet. Right. And like it forms together nice. The wool, but I never really figure out how it wants to work out. Alright, so that didn't really go as planned. However, learn some things and learn some things perhaps to avoid doing next time. And I've completely run out of room up here. What was I thinking? Oh, I'm still so off balance. I'm gonna be off balance for a while. Just so you know. Shoot. Still gonna bring it though. Oh man. Just poor planning. Very poor planning. And I think I looped that around. Can you tell I'm off today? I have suitcases in a stack in the living room because I was supposed to head down to there. And it's not super far, it's just far enough that it sucks to forget anything, so I tend to overpack a little bit. Well, whoops. Also, wouldn't it float on this side now that because the eyes? Did I put them? Yikes. Oh, what's that? Oh, very nice. Please let me know how that is. I'm taking a second to write it down because I tried to get the grip on them. See, that is a real it's one of my favorite color combinations though. The grizzly, the peacock pearl, and pearl. But I'm just so off that like it's really sloppy. It's the first one, so the next one's a lot better, but I do have to get pick up some dubbing, something that, or learn how to better apply it to the thread, because I really have zero control over it. But I need to find some smaller hooks, and add things at different times and spots, and it's very sloppy, but really nice. So I'm struggling with dubbing, like as far as what materials are best suitable for it. and how to keep it on the thread. And dubbing loops, I think the main thing is like how many twists are too many twists, and like I probably, yeah, mainly like also like a polyester versus acrylic. I can't find much like where I could at least get information to decide what to use for this, because now that I think about it, I'm not sure if a lot of this yarn is polyester or acrylic, and I can't find any with the band still on it that would have that information on it. I know both are plastic, but I don't know if there's any differences there. Rabbit fur. Okay, so as far as rabbit fur, what would the difference between rabbit fur and rabbit ear? Like, because I see rabbit ears say for dry flies, and then I read, like, I try to find like the properties of the materials, and then I read that rabbit fur absorbs water when the sink. So a bunch of little like kind of bumps in the road like that, like the road of understanding in this case, but okay, so there's the same thing with deer fur and bucktail. Can you stack both of them? Is it just bucktail is such a finite amount of like fur that you wouldn't really use that for stacking? Rabbit fur. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen, but you could find rabbit fur jackets just about anywhere, and if you know anybody with one, you can always offer to brush it with the flea comb, and you'll pick a ton of the underfur. And I've been experimenting using the felting needle because some of the dubbing mixtures used for felting that might be a neat background for the hats, I guess. It's like the same exact material. And I still have yet to look up if felting material, what materials that comes in, because there might be a thing there. Because wool roving is used extensively in felting, and that's just those needles that you poke the wool into fabric and it stays. And like it's the same stuff, but then we come in a wide variety of materials. Stacking is mainly for aligning here. Oh, gotcha. Like the little contraptions, the little barrel thing. Printed one, but it's just holding like some individuals. I just couldn't get over how vibrant those are. Even if you know, this isn't used for anything, it's definitely gonna be like really like nice aesthetic things that people enjoy is bullet shell jewelry, and that's why I have a big bag of them. I always like will pick them up if I find the shells at yard sales or thrift stores. But a bunch of those and a brass casing would look sick. I made a necklace like that God in high school, and I still have it to this day, but it has peacock curls sticking out of the shell. I haven't made poppers yet. I haven't gotten the heads or anything like that. I tried to print some heads, but I couldn't really get them to, I couldn't figure out how to attach them, to be totally frank. and the other thing is they sink pretty instantly. And I did try to make a popper, but it was with cork, and I don't know. I can't figure out how to finish it, like what to put on it to make it super strong and definitely won't break off. But I really want to get into those because out here there's a lake really close by, and for optimal success rates, I've been trying to like put a little list together that's like targeted, and that's really high up on it. I can't help but not be sure exactly how to attach it to the hook, the cork that is. And the heads, I have no idea where I put them, and I printed a ton of them and added eyes and everything. But where are those? But I can't figure out how to attach them. I tried melting. I guess it's filling them with glue. But yeah. Ah, it's chaos. If I could find like a little mini camper, I would just keep all this in there, because then I don't have to constantly keep packing and unpacking. Where would that bag be? Anyway, well, so spinning. Okay, spinning ring. I use a very small spinning ring. Interesting. Oh, spinning ring. Because is the deer hair called spinning also, making the like porcupine looking texture? Yeah, I am discombobulated today. This is a human ship. I was really into PBS since I was a kid, and for the longest time that channel was chaos. I loved it so much. NHK, is it? No, not NHK. NKT, is that the train special? There's a Japanese train special on PBS that is, wow. There's a few episodes on YouTube, I do know that. It's this, you can't see a paw print, but you can see the curvature of like, you usually can see paw prints, just faintly. Alright. God. Just don't know what to work on. And now desk is past the point of chaos. It is just absolute devastation. But yeah, I'm trying to also, I had some like million different little spots right now. And one of the spots is Christmas gifts. I'm not exactly sure what to make for Christmas. And obviously my dad's getting worse, because it'll probably just keep him in a display box anyway. So I could go wild with those. Make silly ones. I have a few funny ideas. But the other thing is like felt things to slip lavender in. Like, I really want to do some old school Christmas crafts. And, like, I have jewelry for my mom, but I do the same thing every year. And I want to make some, like, really old school Christmas crafts reminiscent to what my grandma would make. And, big fan of granny crafts. And, not bringing my supplies, which I was really hoping to sit at the back table that they have and, like, really be able to focus, because the internet is a dead zone on their block for some reason. Like, phone, everything. It's gonna be interesting to see if my phone works. And, yeah, so I was gonna have some focus time, but I'll still have the focus time to channel elsewhere, so I'm gonna make sure Procreate is on hand, and some notebooks, and yeah, finally look up what I need to look up. I have a long list of things to look up, like absorbency levels, so I could start, instead of having everything in a bag, like all the stuff in a bag, I'm gonna try bins and like separating them also by type, because gotta get a little more organized. With the water bubble? Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna be picking up those water bubbles. I gotta get a few of those. Code and I got matching bait casters. Just got the most affordable reel that I could find that was made out of decent materials and had decent reviews. Cast King reel, so like it's returnable too, and they should be pretty good about it. And I don't know much about them. I like the backpack, but gonna give that a go. And Ugly Stick GX2, which is super affordable, and 7 feet, so not too short, not too long, so it's like travelable, and little small spaces, and nice and light, and got I forgot, I think 10-pound braid, because I heard you could go higher up, because the diameter is quite small, so didn't want to go too high. I just was not at all sure, so based off my limited understanding, I picked out aqua camo. I didn't want a solid color because all the colors were so extreme, like bright white, or, you know, like, anyway. Pink would have been pretty sweet because it's been multi-purpose. Definitely use that for other stuff. But aqua camo for freshwater and saltwater, and what have you. So super stoked on that, and I have a few spots picked out because of like accessibility to the water line, and some salt and some fresh, and really want to go back to, I guess, Jupiter Bridge to see where the construction is. There was so much down there, and a few accessible points, and you have the rocks, you have the inlet, you have the ocean, you have a lot of different areas to choose from. This is butt ugly, but the tail is quite nice. I should add something, perhaps here. Maybe some long white, something. Bucktail. If I could get a cone going around it, maybe. I don't know. Should have taken a lazy day today. Exactly, the barrel is still in the hair so that you have the ends all next to each other. I was thinking about trying to cover flies in UV resin and covering the hook tip and barbing resin. Yeah, 100%. I already packed the woolly grubbers, but if you could find some decent wire, It's just in craft sections called head pins, like in the jewelry section. As long as it's sturdy, you could tie directly on. It's a little like bendy, but no bendier than like a thin wired hook. This desk, but it comes in bags like this. And some could be quite sturdy, and you can tie directly on these and like make loops and add charms. But adding it to the being on a real hook would be sick. I threw a hook on a chain, just sanding the barbs down, and it was plenty dull enough to wear without it too much bother. I mean, no bother at all. That made it sound like it's still sharp. But a resin would be sweet. UV resin, you could do so much with it. And even like soak a fly in UV resin and for coasters and stuff. Been wanting to see, like, because even a small fly, just to see how that would do. I'll have a vacuum chamber or a heat gun, but lighter or micro torch. And for the bubbles, just let it sit for a while. I haven't looked it up either, but feathers look incredible in resin. And like, if you have a little bowl to the side to just like poke resin in all the nooks and crannies, I think it would do. What's been on the mind lately? But if you think about it, they're already so durable, so they really do make perfect jewelry. And especially like for loved ones that maybe don't engage in fishing in any way. It's like a really nice way for them to have a piece, you know. To be sentimental, I feel like sentimentality is a human trait. I'm super sentimental, and I think anybody would and some of the most beautiful combinations of materials, because crafting is just like, you know, poking around materials and experimenting with them and messing with them and combinations. Like a lot of my favorite like little jewelry, simple jewelry things I made for myself is just from beads left over on the desk, like rolling next to one another and looking just nice together. And it would be a color combination I wouldn't have thought of. And same thing with nature, like color combinations I would have never thought of. That's why it's so addicting to look at. So, gosh. And taking a break is gonna be. Oh. I try to try as much as I can to build up muscle memory and understanding, because it is. I do learn in a way where it's like it feels like 1 step forward, 5 steps back. And this is an example of a step back, but I'm gonna add probably material here, like a longer hackle feather. And not too much, but I gotta dig one out. I'm just, I don't know. Feeling it. Yeah, see, it's just missing something for it to. I need to build up that. Boy, is it pretty though. And if all else fails, I could just remove the materials and wear them. But, oh, Poland, very nice. Oh, David from Poland. Well, I'm gonna skedaddle and stare off into space probably, because I don't know what to work on or what to prepare for. And it's been like that for a good while now, but, you know, no complaints or anything. Just, uncertainty. It's one of those things. And trying to build internal excitement and like think of all the good stuff, like, oh, there's little libraries everywhere. Maybe I'll finally find. I love those books, and I wish I had a little more. See, I don't know if I have time or if I do or not, but I wanted to bring a bunch of stuff, A, for Marketplace, but B, for the little libraries, because in Lake Worth, there's the craft ones, the crafts-themed ones. A big old bin full of craft materials that need to go in those. But space is finite, and can't schlep everything down and pick and choose. Alright, I hope you all have a beautiful evening. Apologize here. Feel free to recommend any patterns that, maybe materials that I currently have a large amount of craft hackle feathers to mess with, and a large amount of feathers. Like, I have a large amount of chicken feathers. I gotta go. Shame. Hoping for a decent night's sleep, and yeah. And there's a lot of sweets out there, and I don't know. I need sugar or something. Sugar and caffeine. But I'm starting to get myself stuck. Like, there's gonna be, you know, lights, which is nice. I'll be able to see from gas stations. But anyway, happy trails. Love y'all. Have a beautiful evening. And so yeah, if you can, wish me luck. Just kidding. But maybe I'm not. I'm not sure. But there are some SpongeBob ice creams in there. Those are the sweets I'm referring to, and I simply cannot get them out of my mind. And I don't know. I'll eat those, see if Carl wants one, and watch some news. So, happy trails.